Right off the bat, I need to address the elephant in the room, the drama that took place at GUNCON this past weekend. I can confirm that Missouri Attorney General Andrew Bailey, Johnny B., and Paul from Legally Armed America were all disallowed from the event. This was 100% the choice of venue management, and I assure you, no one is more disappointed about it than I am. Unfortunately, at this point in time, I can't really say more. I encourage you to go subscribe to Johnny and Paul's channels. There will be links below, and follow AG Bailey on X to stay up to date with their thoughts on all this stuff. I can't speak for them. I am just asking you guys to please be patient with me as I work to sort all this stuff out. You guys have stuck with me for a long time, and I really do appreciate the support. Now, let's get into the news. Welcome back to another episode of the Gun Collective News. I'm John Patton. As promised last week, I'm going to try to round up some of the new stuff that was launched at GUNCON, as well as our normal new products. So strap on your running shoes and let's get into it. Kelbi Rifles out of Ohio released 4 new guns at GUNCON this year. Now, keep in mind, Kelbi is not a budget rifle brand. They make premium stuff, so this will all be quite fancy, as it were. First is the Precision Element. This is intended to be a setup for the PRS production class, and they say it is a feature-rich rifle with economy built into it. The list of features is so deep, I'm just going to keep this at a high level. It's got an Atlas tactical action, Bix and Andy trigger, XLR element chassis, 26-inch threaded barrel, and it's available in 9 different calibers, and the MSRP is $3 grand. They also released the Light Rifle, which is a lightweight hunting rifle, again, that is more affordable than some of their other higher-end offerings. And this one has an Atlas action again. It's the lightweight version, as well as a Bix and Andy trigger, carbon fiber barrel, and an ultralight Stockies brand carbon fiber stock. This one can be had in 8 different calibers, weighs in at 6 pounds 2 ounces on the light end and 4 ounces heavier on the larger end, and it has an MSRP of $3,800. The Night Pro rifle is set up for predator hunters and has a Prometheus action. Same trigger brand as before, 20-inch barrel, and it's available in 3 different calibers. MSRP is $5 grand there. Then we have the Samson Pro, which again has the Prometheus action, Bix and Andy single stage trigger, foundation Samson Pro stock, which I believe is made of micarta. It has a 26-inch barrel, it can be had in 8 different calibers, and it weighs 20 pounds 11 ounces. Oh my gosh, that's heavy. And it'll probably shoot really well. MSRP is $5,600 on that. This one was actually one of my favorite looking rifles at GUNCON. I didn't get a chance to shoot it because I was running around making sure everything was good, but I will be taking a look at one of the Kelbi rifles before the year is over, so let me know which one that you guys want to see us look at the most down in the comments. In the complete opposite direction of that, Dura USA released a new gun at GUNCON called the DY9 Island. This is, to my knowledge, the most affordable island-style comped gun out there. The Island name refers to the ports and front sight being part of the barrel. It's actually on top of the barrel. It's one piece. And acting sort of like an island when the slide is moving forward and rearward. This is typically only something you see on high-end guns. It has a 3.86-inch barrel, takes 15-round Glock mags, is RMR cut, and has interchangeable backstraps and a sort of angled magwell on the bottom. The MSRP is where this one shines. It's $600 MSRP. If that's any good, this could be decent value for those wanting a fancier Glock clone type thing. And even though Dura has traditionally done a lot of importing, this one is being made in Florida in the US. I have one. I already have one of these for review, so you guys will be seeing that very soon. Also brand new at GUNCON this year was the Matador Arms Mat 9 Upper in the new roller delayed action. The Mat 9 itself has been around for a little bit, but the roller delayed version is new. It's brand new. The thing that makes it interesting, besides the roller delay, is the non-reciprocating charging handle, 6061 aluminum receiver, 7.8 or 5-inch nitrided barrel, and I think there's a 16-incher as well, and the fact that it's ready to run a can out of the box. On top of that, they say that it's compatible with a bunch of different AR-9 lowers with different magazines like Glock, SIG, Colt, MP5, and Scorpion mags. They say it works with all that. And that's pretty sweet if it all works well. MSRP is $575 for the upper or $1050 for the full pistol version of that. Interesting. And this is normally where I would call out a sponsor. And of course, you can go look at First Form because they supported GUNCON in a big way. But this week, it's going to be a little bit different. You guys are the reason that this show is even possible. So just get subscribed if you haven't yet and stick around until later in the episode for a really nice deal of the week. It's going to be cool. Let's keep it rolling with this week's Friendly Fire question. If you want to ask me a question, slam it down in the comments with the words Friendly Fire so that I can go back and find it. This is working out really well. I'm glad I brought this segment back because it seems like a lot of fun and you guys seem to be enjoying it. We've got a few this week as per usual. First is from Derek Metcalf, and he says, why don't more companies make conversion barrels like Glock? Honestly, because there's probably not enough financial incentive to do so. I think the market has largely shifted away from doing conversions to just buying a new complete gun. 40-9 was like the most common one that I ever saw, maybe to 357 SIG. But you just don't see that many 40s anymore, so it's not really necessary. Jeff Locke says, could you do a deep dive report on the 2020 Colt Anaconda? Honestly, no, I'm not going to do that for a couple of reasons. First, that's not what we do here. TGC is all about fast-paced content with a fun attitude and all the info you need, but none of the BS. Deep dives into specific topics, that's just not my thing. And on top of that, a single year of a single firearm that I have very little personal interest in means it's nowhere near the top of the priority list for us. We have an incredibly small team, and that means we have to be focused on what the audience at large wants, you guys, and what interests me as the main presenter and owner here. So that's probably not going to happen. Thomas M. says, how many shows straight can we keep talking about 2011s? Well, we didn't have one, and we weren't going to talk about one in this episode, but now that you brought it up, we're continuing that trend. My friendly fire question to you guys this week. What do you think is missing from the world of EDC pistols? Is it a specific cartridge? Is it a certain type of gun? Is it holster technology? Sound off in the comments with your thoughts below. I would love to hear that. And while you're doing that, we've got even more new stuff to cover. It's time to fire up the minigun. Izzy, hit it! In rapid fire news, Warden Studio, another company from GUNCON this year, was showcasing something I had never seen before. These are retrofitted communication systems for your normal ear pro. Yeah, I know, that's pretty cool, right? Normally, the comm systems out there are pretty expensive, and this is a way to get into it a little bit more affordably with ear pro that you already have. I believe you send them into Warden, and they set you up, they do the conversion and whatnot, and then you plug it into a radio and boom, hands-free comms, I think, maybe. The cost of the retrofit depends on the model of ear pro, but ranges from $125 to $150, and then bumps you up if you want the cables and all that other stuff. It's a neat idea. Next Level Armament showcased their 22 carbon fiber can that we talked about last week. I already talked about that. But they were also showing off at GUNCON their other new cans, including the NLS 30K and the 36K. Both are 3D printed from stainless steel and have heat dissipating coatings called Inferno Wear and hub mounts in the rear. The MSRP on these is $500. That's really good value if they perform well. Romeo Hotel Engineering also had some neat stuff at GUNCON, including a shotgun suppressor for the pump action double barrel DP12 shotgun. I've never seen one of those before. I've never seen a double barrel can, period. Now, I am not a huge fan of that particular shotgun itself, but I did get a chance to shoot it a bunch, and this thing is pretty neat. I like it. It's cool. Although the MSRP is a bit tough to swallow at $1242 for that can. Still very unique for a very unique gun, but not cheap. They also brought something I don't recall ever seeing before in a muzzle brake. It's the gyroscopic muzzle brake, to be exact, and I believe the idea is that the spinning portion of the brake is supposed to keep the muzzle neutral while shooting. If you guys want, I can reach out to them and see about getting one, and we can film it in slow-mo to see if it actually works. MSRP on the brake is $110. And in non-GUNCON related news, CMMG released the Zeroed line of suppressors. They refer to them as the Everyman can. They are made from 17.4 stainless, rated for fast shooting, hub mount compatible, and there are 4 versions. The 5.56K, 30 cal version, 36K, which is for like big bore stuff, like 350 Legend, and there's a rimfire 22 versions. This really covers the spread of what most folks want for cans, and the MSRP here reflects that everyman thing. MSRP on the centerfire cans is $550, and the rimfire version is $275. That's not bad at all if they work. Like, this is great. A lot of cheap, well, affordable, not cheap, affordable cans. And before we get to the deal of the week, I've got some industry news for you. This has been rumored for weeks, but we finally have gotten actual confirmation that Ruger has acquired the Poverty Pony Actual, Anderson Manufacturing. They say this is an incredible opportunity to expand Ruger's capacity and that they're excited and blah, 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 blah. Same old stuff they always say. Ruger says in the press release that they will not continue the Anderson brand or its products, but will integrate these capabilities into its broader operations. It's going to be real interesting to see which AR companies die off because Anderson isn't making their stuff anymore. I guess time will tell. I don't know. That'll be really interesting. The market will change for sure. I'd love to hear your thoughts on it down in the comments. And for our deal of the week, of course, like I mentioned last week, you can still text GUNCON to 484-648-8774 to get entered to win this case that you see on the screen over here. I don't know where Izzy puts it, but there it is. We announced that winner at the end of July, but also our friends at Zeroed have a really special deal for you guys. They just released some new OTF knives under their Uproar line, and they have a bunch of other stuff as well. I've used them, the Uproars, and I really like them. They're affordable, but they're also built pretty well. I really genuinely like them. If you use my link in the description, you're just going to automatically get 20% off of anything that's not already on sale. You have to use my link to get that deal, so you got to click down below to do that, but you'll save at least like 20 bucks on one of these things, so that's pretty cool. And now, normally, I would troll you guys, cut the show short, just like, ha ha ha, it's in the middle of a line, hee hee hee, that's what we do. I'm so sorry, I'm so stupid. But I want to say thank you again to everyone that came out to GUNCON to support us this year, because we couldn't do it without you guys. You guys are incredible, and we'll see you next week.